Alright, so here we are for vlog number 5, I think. And I'm not going to sit in front of the camera on this one, as you can obviously tell from what you're probably looking at right now. It's just been that this month has been kind of a long one. A lot of growing pains and a lot of experiences that weren't exactly fun. So, kind of put me in a mood to where I just felt like maybe doing a voiceover while you watch me horrifically do some recreational code to get my mind off of things, because that's what everybody does, right? They code when they're stressed, because if you're stressed about coding, you can't be stressed about all the other bullshit that's going on in your life. At least that's the logic that I like to have. For clarity's sake, I just did like a easy leet code problem. It was to take an integer and then check if it's a palindrome or not. But there's an added challenge of not using string conversion. I won't sweat the details, but that actually added like a level of an element to it that made it a little bit more challenging. So this was a fun project. It took like maybe 2 hours, 3 hours at most. But I got a bunch of headaches dealing with memory allocation, deleting memory. Shit just never seems to work right on the first go. But I did get this to work, so bear with me. It's going to be very sloppy to look at, but this is purely just a backdrop for me to talk, so I don't have to sit in front of a camera. Anyway, it's been a long month. This felt like the longest month of the year so far. Everything else was going by like flashes. Like months felt like weeks at times, and I think you noticed if you've been following this channel for a while, but there's been a really big lull in content creation. That's mainly because I had school, my first couple of classes for summer school, and due to some unforeseen circumstances, I couldn't get funding. Yeah, I'll go into that later, but I couldn't get funding for summer school, so I had to drop 2 classes. And honestly, that was really frightening for me, because those 2 classes were kind of key for me to graduate under normal circumstances. So that means that like my next semester I'd only do 18 hours, and then my semester after that I'd only do 17 hours. But because these 2 classes weren't completed, and I got dropped from them because I couldn't pay for them, now I'm basically gonna have to play catch up. So it's either I wait until next year's summer and then graduate in summer, which if I do that, I'd be really disappointed in myself. I told myself I wanted to graduate by 2021 of May. I want to have a job. I want to be I want to be living my own life, kind of finally done with school, at least for now, until I decide to go back for my master's or something like that. But that's besides the point. It was either I was going to finish in summer, graduate, or I could really take a crunch, do 21 hours of school during my fall semester, so this next semester coming up, and then I think another 19 hours or 18 hours for my last semester in spring 2021, if I want to graduate by spring 2021. And I know that like at the bottom of my heart, I really, really want to graduate by that time, because I felt like I've been in school for so long. Like I'm starting to get that fatigue, that sort of exhaustion. And not that I don't think I'll finish, but I just know that, like, knowing myself, when I know that I need to get something done by a deadline, and I've set that for myself, I've set that goal, I feel like I shouldn't stop at anything to try and achieve it. So it was really depressing, because when I found out that I got dropped, it sucked a lot. It like was a gut punch to my stomach, because it felt like that dream of graduating by spring, it was either impossible or it was going to be like damn near impossible. Like I really don't know what to expect. 21 hours of school, but I just know I'm going to have to keep my head in my books and pray for the best, because if school is not online, which it should be, it really should be, my university's acting like we're going to have class, but this whole thing that's going on, like it really shouldn't happen, then that means it's going to be even harder for me, because again, same shameless plug, but I basically made a video explaining why I hate online classes, why I don't do well in online classes, and kind of a scary thought that the next 2 hardest semesters that I will ever face are most likely going to be online, and I don't know how to handle that. And so I think that's what's so like scary about all this is that there's so much uncertainty going on right now, and then for that to topple on it just like scared the hell out of me. But that's not the only thing that's really messed with me this month. I think that was definitely a big one, but I don't know. I told myself I might not even put this in the video, but I can't censor myself. I can't just not post. Like, if I'm gonna make a video, I might as well put it all out on the line. If anything, for myself, which is why I make these videos. It's for myself, of course. But like, I went through a hell of a tizzy with my parents, a really big fight, and that typically doesn't happen. Like, I guess it's kind of like a pandemic, maybe every 10 years, you know. I think we all know what it's like if you're really close with your parents. Teenage years are pretty rough, or at least for me it was. And yeah, this time really did a number. And it's left me without college funding, which is part of the reason why I'm not going to be in summer school, because I couldn't, because of some drama that went down. I'm not going to go into details on that. This video's already long enough, and I'm sure watching me put up green text all over my code is painful. So to anybody who's still 6 minutes into this video, I appreciate you. But yeah, that was a really big fight, and it really screwed up a lot of things. But you know, it's not even like about personal gain. Like, I guess losing funding for college sucks, but I think the biggest thing was that, like, it feels like I've lost a really strong connection with my parents now. It doesn't feel the same, and some weird part of me like really wanted that. I felt like maybe if I didn't have a fire under my ass, so I wasn't really self-sustaining, if everybody was paying for everything for myself, then I would never really take school seriously. No, that wasn't really true. Like, I still tried my best. But no, the reason that I regret it so much, or regret what happened so much, is because, like, I just don't have that kind of connection that I used to with my parents, and it really hurts. It's like losing a best friend, but then you guys don't wake up the next day and everything's fine. You don't really reconcile that connection ever again, and you kind of look back and you're like, damn, like, that really sucks. Like, that there's a piece of me that's missing, or there's like this weird crater or hole that's not going to be the same anymore. And you know, I don't want to say I've totally come to terms with that, totally come to grips, but at the same time, I guess I kind of understand the situation enough to get it. I don't know. I still feel like I'm processing on that one, but it's just something that really blows. Like, if I could rewind time, I kind of wish it just didn't happen, just because of the rift that it caused, and just the, like, emotional and I don't know, relational, if that's a word, turmoil. It's really it's really hard to put into words, I guess. And I think that's been the hardest thing about this month so far. And yeah, this has been like a shitty personal month. I think 2020 has been bad because it's been bad for everybody, but I feel like June was pretty mild. I don't know. I kept my ear out of the news for the most part because I just couldn't handle it anymore. It would keep me up till like 6 a.m. at night sometimes, just thinking about protests, Black Lives Matter, COVID, what my future is going to look like, what the future of the world is going to look like. And yeah, I just had a horrible time getting any sort of rest, and then this shit happens, and then I fall out of school, and it just feels like time and time again, it just kind of felt like I was just getting kicked while I was down. And maybe I'm being over dramatic, maybe, you know, maybe it's just me in self-pity or something like that, but yeah, it's just been a rough month. June did not treat me all that well. I wasn't expecting anything special, but at the same time I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be this bad. Kind of hoping we'd get a little something. So there is kind of some good news though. I started job hunting for I hate to say a real job, but a job pertaining to my career now, and it's been a weird experience. I did attend like 2 information sessions, like a virtual fair This whole COVID thing has just blown everything that's normal out of the water. Just feels kind of weird. But applying for jobs has been a really cool experience. Putting together my resume, trying to get it together, applying to my dream companies like Sandia Laboratories, other research companies, has been awesome experience. Even though I've gotten rejected like every time so far, or at least they've been nice enough to be like, yeah, we'll look at your resume. It's still a cool experience. So that's been good. At least that's a positive. And also, I have a new job now, so I'm also working at a bike shop a couple miles away from my home to get some income, prepare for this fall semester coming up. Of course, it's not going to be enough. I'm going to need a loan, obviously, but at the same time, it's nice to work in a bike shop again. I've done so in the past before, and I really love the atmosphere. I love being around bikes, love being around people who like bikes. So that's cool. So those are the two those are the two good things that came out of this month. And you know, I will take those two things. At least it's better than nothing. I've got something positive to say. And if I can't even say those two things are positive, at least I'm still alive. You know, for now. Knocking on wood there. Yep. That's it. I don't want to keep this video too long about my emotional problems, but this vlog did need to be made. Just did need to be made because I don't know what else to do. There's got to be some kind of outlet. And if not code, then maybe a video. Some easy video I can edit. But other than that, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you did watch this far. If not, I don't blame you. I hope that your June was much better for you. Hopefully this August will treat us well. I'm hoping that maybe the end of 2020 we can get some kind of uptick, some kind of optimism. There's a vaccine going on right now. Maybe that's got some merit to it. I don't know. But other than that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one when I actually do post on a Monday.